Yeah, we are
Olá,
alive.
pessoal! Meu nome é Laila Bittar e nós estamos aqui de novo com mais um podcast para discutirmos um documentário que a gente assistiu sobre o Biggie. Biggie?
Notorious Biggie, the famous
Yes!
American rapper. Yeah, we're gonna
Famous,
talk a bit
dos
about it.
mais famosos rappers americanos antigos e que entrou no meio do hall do rap aí como um dos precursores não, um dos que mudou um pouco essa visão do rap nos Estados Unidos. E nós estamos aqui conversando com os nossos amigos peruanos. Metade brasileiro, metade peruano. Humberto.
Sim. Boa tarde, gente que está nos vendo
boa noite aqui no Brasil.
no Brasil. Então, se você, Laila, eu compartilhei com você, você pode...
Sim, eu vou compartilhar no momento.
Escolhe,
tá.
Tá frio aí? Aqui tá mais ou menos, não tá tão frio.
Aqui já está fazendo frio.
Sem frio.
Vocês estão vendo a minha tela?
12 grades.
Vocês estão vendo a minha tela?
12, 13 grades.
Estão vendo a minha tela, né? Estão vendo a minha tela, gente?
Sim, vou procurar isso no teu...
Did you see my screen?
Yeah, I am watching your...
My screen?
I am watching your screen, yeah.
Sim, eu estou dando curtir.
Yeah, I am on YouTube.
Não, você não está compartilhando, não, no YouTube.
No, yes, you're sharing.
Yes,
in YouTube. In YouTube.
Sharing with us in your...
I thought you were talking about... Laila, what are you doing?
One moment.
On your Facebook account, Facebook wall.
It's not in my Facebook, it's in your YouTube.
Oh shit, I didn't know.
Henrique, share with us the link of my YouTube.
Yeah.
You can do that in your chat.
Yeah.
Guys, can you see my screen? I don't know how to...
Down.
Down, thank you.
We have one viewer.
One view. You? It's not you?
No, I already closed.
Hello.
But maybe
Guys, you can see my screen?
You can share on your wall.
Yeah,
Today
I'm watching it on YouTube.
It's okay. Yes. We are in PowerPoint. Yeah, but we can use PowerPoint online, no? Yes, it's better.
Yeah, but I'm waiting for open the PowerPoint that Humberto sent for me. Yes, it's okay?
Yeah.
Can you see, guys? Okay, because I can't see you.
I see.
I can see you both.
Oh.
Okay. Today we are talking about the Notorious Big, and this documentary who chose was Humberto. Can you tell him a little more about?
I chose this documentary because I have a thing in learning this English slang, American English slang. So a couple of months ago, I was used to watch some documentaries about American culture, American popular culture, I would say, in this case, hip hop. And this is why I picked this documentary, right? I got a little bit not frustrated or disappointed with this documentary. And this is a thing that I suggest to talk at the end of this, after talking some topics of this documentary. But yeah, this is the idea behind my election, right?
You
To
choose.
see more about the popular American culture, just that.
You be a little disappointment. You have a little
Yeah,
disappointment with this documentary because you think is there is more information. I think the
yeah.
documentary is more vain. It's not deeper than we can see in
Faint.
the
You said faint.
we can see in the culture of hip hop. It's not so
Well, yeah.
deeper that we can see or we can learn about the culture of the hip hop.
I mean, we are learning, right? We're learning things
Yes, we
about.
are learning.
For instance, there is a topic that they cover, which is how crack was affecting some Black American neighborhoods, and this is a thing
Yeah,
interesting.
Fountain Street.
Yes.
Football.
Do you remember when we saw the another documentary about
Crack.
I don't know, yes, crack.
Yeah, crack,
Is the in the
crack
same
nation.
in the same time
Yeah, in the same or 80s.
when they
80s.
yeah, yes, when the crack can stay in the street and go the biggest drugs that ever used in the USA. So they remember me that documentary because they talk about the power of the crack,
Yeah,
the street, and he was a drug dealer and he sold crack.
Well, I mean, we didn't know until the end he was a drug dealer. No, he was a.
He
No,
was and Tupac too. The
it
both,
was
both.
no, it was not an open drug dealer. No, his business was not open.
Yeah, it's
Well, it's
not so
interesting. No?
open, but he and Tupac was a drug dealer and go to the music because of the vibe about the hip hop. So they focus on your music because they wanted to left the street.
but he wanted left the street because also he had the support of some of his friends, right? They figured out that
Yes.
thing was music, and they say, "Hey, you have to." They cheer them up. They cheer him up to do more music, right?
Yeah, if you focus in your music, you go fly. And
Everything
the
goes
Puff Daddy
wrong.
told this, and there another friend told too.
Yeah.
Everything goes wrong when he met this famous rapper Audi, who was
Oldie.
Audi, who introduced him to the black side of the hip hop.
Yeah.
Because
Oh, Odi,
the
what was him?
Audi,
He was rapper. Was him rapper?
he was
He
a
was
rapper,
a
a
no,
producer, a DJ. I don't know, but he was who introduced Big to this world. And some years later, he got shot.
I think.
Yeah, because I think it's what very in my point of view,
Okay.
the oldie go shot, and Tupac have that accident, and the drug dealers. I think the drug dealers put the how can I say the a culpa,
Blame.
the blame in the notorious Big, but he told us it's not me, and Tupac received that was notorious Big that do that with him. But at the same time, when Tupac Bill killed, and Big in Notorious Big was surprised of because of this and maybe upset and cry because of this. I thought in my perspective that what really happened was have somebody was um jealous, have so jealous, is jealous I can. It's
Envy,
jealous.
envy.
Jealous, yes.
Envy, because
Jealous.
the jealous, yes, because the two guys, black guys, and is was in growth in your career and make that because I can do that. So I won't left that kind of guy do that too. Do you understand me?
I mean, do you think that they got shot each other because
Know each
they
other.
they were
It's
because
not
they
each other.
were
It is
succeed?
another person.
A third person, a third party.
Yes, it was another person that was jealous because they couldn't do that what they did.
I don't think so. I think there are amidst.
Well, this is something we should know
It's
ever,
in my
no?
perspective. It's not
Maybe.
the crime is not
It's,
resolved. The both
Yeah, I know,
crime
but it will
was
be
not resolved.
given his power position. Sorry, can you back to given his position? I would say that they were also in the business of drugs. I would say. I don't
Mhm.
know. I have a little suspect about that, and they were hanging out with traffickants, and also the OD his guy was a also a traffickant, right? He wasn't a rapper, if I can remember. He was a traffickant, part of one of the toughest neighborhoods in the
no, his
east.
father, his
No,
father was not his
his uncle.
uncle.
But come on, this uncle was backing him up, right? He was part of the streets. He was in the streets. I think, to Biggie, he introduced Biggie to the drug thing.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
when he's got killed, and also his uncle, one of the guys say he it was a thing, or he was a principal thing.
Yes.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean,
So
in the
when
drug
we talk
dealers,
about
you
principles,
you
is
got shot
because,
because of two causes, because you money or principle.
yeah, but in this
Yes.
case was
Maybe he broke a rule, something like that,
yeah, he
Yes.
and
broke a
why?
rule, and he
Yeah,
broke a rule on that. But what I'm trying to say is that Biggie was part of this business. He was
yeah.
half a drug dealer and
But
half an
but
artist.
not all of his friends were drug dealers. No.
I think it's not
Oh,
all the friends, but most
yeah.
part of the friends was drug dealer because in that period was in Brooklyn. The boys didn't have perspective in your life.
Yeah, yeah. You could be sportman,
Or drug
a
dealers.
a drug dealer, and one thing more I can remember, but that's the thing, right? Um, I think Biggie had strong connections with this underworld of drugs. So I don't know, when Laila says that it was a thing of jealousy, I would say jealousy is a thing that is like between normal guys, right? Between, I don't know, us. Oh, I'm jealous of Enrique because he has a new jacket, he has a new job. But in this case, there are strong things in at the stake. So
Well,
I wouldn't
we
pick the
don't
word
know.
jealousy.
Maybe it's a matter of it's a struggle of records. I think we don't have this hypothesis, but for example, could be a struggle of records. You know that the war between East and West Coast, the hip hoppers or two bands, they shoot each others.
Yeah, that
We
this,
know
this is
a lot
this
of
is
hypotheses.
okay. This is an interesting point, and this is a thing. This is the weakest things of this documentary. It would be nice. I don't know. It would be nice to find a documentary that tell us the story behind the violence, uh, about the violence behind this
But
gang or rap.
there is
There's
Tupac
another
Unsolved.
documentary, Tupac.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Maybe next week because
Yeah, because
we
we
have
have
unsolved things.
a big and two packs not
Yeah, yeah,
case not resolved. But I think there are a two pack documentary too. Only two pack. I think
I
there
don't
are.
know. I
I
don't know,
think.
but this is a thing. This is an interesting thing. I would like to see a documentary that tell us the stories or the reasons
Yeah,
behind
because
this war.
I when I was younger, I make my research about Tupac, and because I was introduced me in the world of the hip hop,
Yeah.
and I make my research, and I saw, oh, who is Tupac for me? And when I saw, oh, okay, the guy was drug dealer and go to the music and make a rapper, but
When
he was shot, he didn't die, but when he go shot again, he died. Okay,
He
this is Tupac
survived,
for me.
right?
You know.
He survived when he was well, Biggie, but they were very close friends, no?
Yeah, yeah, there was close
Really, really
friends.
they were
close.
friends, but close, close, close. I wouldn't say that.
I think it was close.
They were close
They,
friends.
they
Yeah.
made video clips together.
They just did one video, and it was a video clip. They were
One
crazy.
video, my friend. But remember, we was in 80s, in 90s. 90s, we didn't film all the things all the time.
Okay,
How we do today.
what you're saying is
In
that
the
they were
90s
close.
was not common the feet, no? The feet make a feet, it was not common in the 90s.
Yes, it's not
Yeah,
common.
Min TV, the times on Min TV, the video clip is also individualistic uh, singers like Nirvana.
but Nirvana is a group. What you're
It's a
saying
band,
individually.
but it's
No,
not a
it's
feat. It's a band.
the band.
So in the 90s was not easy to see. For example, Drake with Rihanna. No,
Yes, in
it's
the
not.
90s, we didn't see all the mix of the musicians sing together like we saw today.
Why you are mentioning this? I'm not getting.
Because
Because
Biggie
it's not
and Tupac relationship.
current. It's not current. The two singers or rappers sing together.
No, what I'm trying to say is you both guys are saying that these two guys
It was
were
not
close
normally
friends.
film all the things.
No,
Have
I,
film.
you are saying that they were close friends. I'm saying that they were
Yes.
just friends, not close friends. Because if they were close friends, Tupac Shakur was taking the place, would
I mean, they
taken
were close friends, and
would
then
took the
they
place of
then
Puff
they
Daddy, right?
they start fight.
Yes.
No, I know everybody knows that they ended up fighting. But what I'm saying is that for me, they weren't close friends. They were just friends. Is that?
Okay. Okay.
Okay, okay.
This is not our question. And my question for you, Umberto, why you have been choosing more about the hip hop and music? I know you have been learning singing and making some things because music help you to learn Portuguese and English.
What?
What do you like hip hop?
Thank you, Henrique.
But no, I mean I like hip hop because I like the rhythms, how they combine words. I like it hip hop since 10 years, more than 12 years ago.
Mhm,
No, 2007.
mhm.
He has a
Um,
channel.
what?
Humberto has a channel of music of song.
Yeah, I mean, if your answer is so, it took me
Okay.
by surprise. But I don't know. I like the rhyme,
Ah,
rhythms, the
I think
style.
the
Uh,
most the part more interesting in this documentary for me. That's not more the best part. It's one of the most when he goes unto the concert of Diana Ross and listen. It was Diana and listen her music and told us, "I want this music in my music, in my rap." So
Oh,
always when I listen to this music, hot coming up. And oh, okay, and go big. I don't know what the guy was singing in this movie was notorious big. I didn't know that. I only know the singer, but
Yeah.
the guys behind the rip hop was notorious.
What
I
you want to
but
love the
in
say,
song.
those,
Mr.
don't forget
Enrique?
that in those times his name was Biggie. Yes, he
Uh,
becomes notorious big in the 90s. No,
yes,
that's interesting. No, how the roots of his music comes from the pop music. No, from the pop
yeah,
and the folk. Because yes,
yeah.
he the most feeling part is about his mother. No, that I got confused because there was two women that appears to be the
Yes, there
mom.
was two women. It's a little confused for me. Do you
Different
know?
Yeah.
times, the same person, different times.
Ah, yeah.
Yes, it's the same person, different times.
Yeah.
And
Locations.
Clothes
different attitudes
and
also because the first was
yes. Because of this, I feel a little confused. Is the mother? Is the same person? Oh my god, it's so different.
The,
It's so
you
different.
you were making a point when I don't know when Laila was saying the roots, the cultural roots, or the cultural back or the musical background of not of Biggie.
Mhm.
Also, we could talk about this guy who was a saxophonist guy,
Yes,
and I don't know. I thought, oh my god, Biggie was a genius, a little genius. But this
Biggie.
time,
I thought, I think, no, I think that Notorious Big was the first guy and hip hop that make the mix, you know,
the
because of
mix.
this, the mix of the musics.
Why?
Because
That's a big
uh
hypothesis.
yeah, I think that it was the first because they show how to do this with another song with another singer, the Diana, and after this, many of rappers do the same.
How could you dare to say that?
well, I don't
What is
know.
not
How
my
you dare to
hypothesis
say
is
that? I don't
because
Well,
know. I don't know if
I
you. I
let me
think
see.
I
Okay,
don't know
let me
if you
see.
have heard this song of the Fugis. Dun, 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 dun. They are sampling.
uh,
They're
uh
sampling this. I don't know what's the
From the host.
timeline between Biggie and these guys, but I think it's a
I think
common
that Biggie was the most famous. No,
well,
his
yeah,
mixtures was for more famous. Maybe it was not the first one, but his mixtures of music become famous.
yes, because the another mix was famous too.
I don't
No,
know.
I
However,
don't know. It's one
however,
thing that I thought.
the other
Okay.
day, I was listening to Nas. Have you listened to Nas? It's
Mhm.
similar
Yeah.
to be. Nas, Nas is as brilliant and as big. And I was thinking, how big becomes famous?
Yeah.
Actually, I think a lot of singers of the 90s were brilliant.
Yes, the
That's
best
that would be
songs
interesting,
was
no?
in the
Who is
1960,
behind
70.
not big brilliance, big famous? What is
What
behind them? What is behind
Behind
big?
your thoughts is not be
was the background?
famous.
What
Is
is
be
the
yeah,
his
the
back? What is
background
their
is
background?
not
The
be
cultural
be
background.
big famous. Is be brilliant and do the music and win your money with that. No.
Okay, okay. I
Yeah,
heard some things about Nas that he was a smart guy. He's a smart guy, but also everybody knows, and you know that Laila, that Tupac Shakur, her mother was black activist, female Black Panther activist, and he had a strong background on culture, I would say, and it fit, and it in a way formed the way he approached to music, right?
The mother of Big Notorious Big or Tupac
No,
mother?
the Tupac Shakur mother.
That's the
I don't
difference
know.
between, because Big, his mother was a teacher. There is no
Okay,
like a political background, no, so strict.
I know. I'm talking about Tupac. I'm not making a comparison.
I know you
I
are
didn't know
talking
that.
about the Tupac, but I don't know much. I don't know a lot of things about Tupac. I know that thing that I told you. I don't know. I really don't know that the mother of Tupac was um
An activist.
activist. I
Actually,
didn't
his
know.
name is Tupac Amaru
No.
Shakur,
Oh.
and Tupac Amaru is a important political figure here in Peru.
But was Tupac Amaru Shakur was his mother?
No, Tupac Amaru was his real name.
Ah, it was no a nickname.
No, but his name is number two plus Pac, Tupac, because his name.
Okay.
Tupac Amaru, yes, Tupac Amaru, no, the revolutionary guy here in Peru
Yeah.
in the 17th century. Do you know Tupac Amaru, Laila?
No.
Maybe Humberto can explain who was Tupac Amaru.
Why not you, Enrique? You read a lot of history.
Well, in the
Remember, we are talking
Laila.
about Biggie.
Well, Laila likes Cusco. No, you know Cusco? Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. It was the place where the Incas culture was brilliant in the
Mhm.
16th century.
Mhm.
Then when the Spanish went here, they
Mhm.
create an empire, another empire, a Spanish
Yeah.
empire. So and it lasts like 3 centuries until like 18 and the 19th century, or almost 3 centuries. And Tupac Amaru was a rebel leader in 1740, no, 1789, more or less, in
Mhm.
Spanish times. And he rebels against Spanish. Well, he almost win. He was near to win, but finally he was defeated. But he almost, because he won a lot of battles, and that's why he become famous.
Mhm.
Not only in Peru, not only in America, in the world. No, it's similar to William Wallace.
Okay.
He's a Peruvian William Wallace. Well, actually, it
Okay.
was, yeah,
I
and
understand.
Is
that's
the
why
most
the
popular.
mother of Tupac Shakur took that name. Oh, I want this a revolutionary guy. Yeah, put,
And,
he
Put
put
and
it.
your
she
name.
picked that
Oh.
name because she was a Black Panther activist.
Ah, this is good. This is a good name. It's a stronger name. And he was a
Yeah.
guy, a stronger guy, but he died early.
That's this other thing, no? This is interesting how their bodies, no? I mean, when you see
Or that
big,
there
big,
was younger. Then
no,
all
Let
I
the
mean,
things
me
I
let me
happen.
mean,
please let him finish.
the the
I know you are
the,
excited, but let him finish.
the behavior. No, I'm talking about the behavior. I'm talking about the body of Tupac and Big. They don't look like 24-year.
24. Yeah,
Yeah,
they don't look
well,
like 24.
I,
They look
I when
more
you see
Older?
Big, I see, oh, this is 40
older.
times. Oh, yeah,
Like Biggie. Biggie, Notorious Biggie, for me, is not didn't have a 24 when he died. For me, 20.
Look, Humberto, like 74.
20.
For me, they
Yes.
looks like 20. They looks like 20.
For
It's
example,
not
Humberto
20.
has 36 years, no, years. Okay.
Humberto have 40.
So what were we talking?
about
it's
the
not
Tupac,
yes. I
Tupac
think
and her name.
they ate very well. They ate very
And
well.
the mother of Notorious was
Yeah.
so interesting to know a little bit about her because okay, my son do that. I don't want to know. I don't want to listen. And okay. And before of the okay, he was doing a good thing. Okay, I can hear, I can listen. Mom, you can hear my music. Okay, I can hear him, and I'm here doing my things, and I didn't hear the song, the music of my son do because it's not good for me. This was interesting.
It was an open mind woman, no?
She wasn't.
For
Yes, she
for
was,
those
no, she
times,
wasn't.
She wasn't.
she was an
And
open
and this is
mind.
interesting, right? Because she left Jamaica because she had this idea of progress. I don't know, because she knew that Jamaica didn't offer the things she wanted to do in her life. And you would say, oh, she's a mother woman, she's an independent woman, but at the same
But,
time
but,
in
but at the same time, your raízes, como é que fala isso?
roots.
Your roots was in Jamaica.
And Big
What are you trying
goes
to
to
say with that?
Jamaica usually, no? Regularly, he travels to Jamaica
Yes,
to
all
learn
day,
music.
all year.
It's like the
But
pilgrim.
I took a little bit fake when his uncle was rapping, freestyling in this Jamaica party. This
Mm.
old man
Scars.
um with these clothes of rapper clothes, it was for me so unnatural.
It's not
Uh,
natural.
unnatural.
Unnatural. For me, it's
Yeah,
natural.
because it looked fake. I mean, he's an
Yes.
old guy, almost 60 in his 60s, and he was like a clown freestyling in this Jamaica.
But in Jamaica, your clothes was like that.
No, no, no. If you pay attention at the in the video, he's the only guy wearing those kind of clothes. Everybody's like chill, dressing as Rastafaris, but he's like, come on, he's like a clown.
Okay.
But
And
that's
And
why do you put this photo? The mother, okay,
I
the
put
mother
this
part,
it's
photo.
a
what,
video
sorry,
clip, you know?
of your
It's a
video
video
clip.
clip.
Yes, a video
Sorry.
clip. He asked her mother to participate of the video clip.
Yeah.
In the
No,
This
no, no.
90s.
part.
Please come back. Get back. I put this video clip because I wanted to talk a little bit about the
The
character of a
trans-
mother, a black mother, young black woman, mother woman, a
left
black young
and left.
woman. She's not left.
No, because he lost his. I mean, his. Uh,
Huh?
he
Okay.
lost his
His
couple.
son. What?
Yes.
No,
I
what I'm trying
mean,
to say is, uh, I, I didn't like his character, but I didn't like her character because of herself, but because the Netflix documentary approach towards her. But what I wanted to talk is a little bit how the fact of working from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. in a way allowed his his son to get into this underworld of crime, not crime, but street life, right? Just that in a way she wasn't aware of what was his what was his son what his son was doing.
She wasn't a good mother because she didn't know what your son was doing.
I'm not judging her. I'm not judging. I'm talking
I
about
will
his
tell you
she was
one
busy.
thing. I work in the school, the public school, and we have a lot of students that have been a good family, have a good. family, and they lost. They came a drug dealer, then came aggressor. But your family is a good family, a work family, have the things, have the do, have. I, we can in my perspective, the person put
I think that,
yourself in that position because they didn't see they couldn't do another things. It don't depend only of the family, depending of the all the things is around you. And sometimes I see the youngers do things, and you saw the youngers and you saw the family. Okay, it's the same, but at the same time you see one youngers with the world's family, and is a good student, it's a good person. So it depends, I don't know how to say this in English.
But you're
I
already
think
saying
that,
it.
I think that, I think that Violeta Wallace Williams, Violeta
Williams.
Williams,
Mm.
she had, or he was more than a mother. No, he was almost a friend to Biggie. Yes, he has a
But
close
if,
relationship with him.
but
See,
if she
yeah,
were his friend, she would hear his albums, and she didn't do that.
she didn't, but he relies a lot on Biggie.
No,
Even
she
that he,
relied a lot on Biggie because he had a friend who had this confidence. Okay,
he
continue.
had
Sorry.
no, ma, yes, the friend who told, oh no, Biggie's okay, don't worry. But she realized a lot now. She was in that term was like, I trust you, Biggie. Don't make problems.
Okay, a mother.
The
The
mother, yes.
trust, the mother trust in your friend of Big. And okay, you
Even
said you
even
was saying
even when
this
he
for me,
becomes
I will
father, no?
trust in you.
Yeah, even when he becomes father, she didn't jail at Biggie. Oh, what have you do? No, oh well, you
How
are
you
ready to
do?
be father.
Okay,
Okay, if you are ready, do it.
do it. And they do it. He
And
do
he
it.
did, and
He
he
did.
did.
Yeah, he
He
did.
put because he loved her.
He
Oh, it would
was a
be
good
interesting.
father.
What happened with his son?
Yes. What happened with his sons? This is in my heart too. What happened with his sons, her children,
No,
Can
her
we?
children. Her
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 children,
her girl.
her
Shall we
children.
move on?
Okay, shall I move on? Okay, sorry.
Okay,
Which
this is an
part? I don't know.
interesting.
This
This
is
is an
this is
interesting
Fountain
thing.
Street. This is Fountain Street.
This is
I
from
don't know.
a video clip.
The video clip.
Wow. Uh,
Please, like, get back. This is what I'm trying to say with this photo or with this pic is the life in his early days on the street. He was a drug dealer. I don't know the difference between an open drug dealer and a closed drug dealer, as Enrique said. But this is interesting, right? The life on the street. Um, yeah, I would like to hear more about you, about your ideas about the street life.
the street life in those times were spectacular. No, in the 80s, you can you can see people dancing and walking around with radio, listening to music, like party time all the time. There is a part when they mentioned that, no, it's like they were crossing a corner and they were listening to big
Yeah,
to the
and on
radio.
the cars too.
Yeah,
Um,
at the
we
same
have
time.
we have a gap of the libertation in 80s and 90s. The
Liberalization,
the libertation, the free. Sorry, the
liber,
freedom. Eu falei libertation. Sorry, the freedom of the time, the 80s and the 90s, and when the world do many things, crazy things, and now we have you are more free to do something, but you are more, you have to see the things in their another perspectives nowadays. You think you're free, it's not so free that we have more censor, I can see censura,
Censorship.
censorship,
Sensors?
yes, than we have in the military times.
I'm not getting you. Can you elaborate your idea, please? Can you elaborate your idea? I didn't get you.
Eu acho que
No, why
nós,
you are speaking in Portuguese?
porque eu não vou conseguir, se você não entendeu em inglês, você vai entender em português? Se não entender em inglês, I think that we have more freedom in 80s and 90s
Than now?
than we have now. Yes,
Why?
because we have more censor now than we have in another times.
I don't think so.
You have to see more things that happen in Brazil in the television. You
Oh
will
yeah.
see. You see
Well,
the difference.
for example,
Well,
what?
you are talking about your reality, right?
Yeah,
Here in
my
Colombia.
reality.
For example, in which terms? I mean,
Yeah, linguist terms. Yes, it's very.
but
You can say that because you
for
say
example,
that you are racist. You can say that because you 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 you
ah,
you
you're
know.
talking about that. You're talking about, uh, for example, that video clip, no, when Biggie appears, uh,
With woman?
firing, firing a lot of people. No, that will be
Yes,
nowadays will be violent. Yeah, I got your point. Yeah, but
But
for
for
example,
instance, there is a rapper.
talking about
Okay,
sex,
continue.
is talking about sex nowadays is more openly than in those times.
yes,
I think there's a shift. For instance, uh, you are more open to talk about sex than in the 80s, but also at the same time, you are banned to. I forgot the example, the Enrique's example, but yeah.
I think that. Oh, a
What happened?
motorcycle. Hey, where is Biggie?
why you
Humberto?
you send me in the our chat in WhatsApp the link, o Henrique,
What?
the YouTube
What?
link.
The YouTube link. Oh,
No, I
What?
already I get.
yes, it's in message in instant. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. You have continue.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are more slides.
That's lives.
Okay,
This
this
is
is an idea.
the most famous video clip. No, I forgot
Oh, sh-
when it was recorded.
sorry.
I forgot when it was recorded.
For early 90s, maybe too. So what I was looking to, what I was seeking to say with this photo was there's a shift, right, from his street life and also now his artist,
Yes.
his new life. So there are many ideas that were around this photo, around this process, and one of them was how how when did Biggie start to think differently? What are the changes in his behavior that led him to this, I don't know, success? For instance, the figure of okay, his talent, right? His talent itself, but not just his talent. His friends, Puff Daddy, who went to visit him and talk about his talent. Um, yeah, some ideas about it.
I think everything. I think the end of the 80s and the early 90s is a break point in Biggie's maybe the hip hop movement, no? In Biggie's life after he released this his album, no, Fight and Bullshit, I think something like that. He was
Ready to
his
die?
scream, his scream to the life. After that, he changed a lot. His music becomes less violent, more like this. No, this video clip is very funny. It's not. Yes, in the 90s, he's a bit notorious big. Actually, he became notorious big because before was Biggie, no, Biggie Master or something like that. He became more. He create himself as a character.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, that. What do you think about this process?
I think the difference and when he got your music and for your own and growth is the difference big. You see one kind of person and big, and they are not a notorious big when they resolve to go to the way and grow with your music. I think it's big is a big difference. It's always like that, guys. Always. You change your clothes, you change your behavior, you change your talkative is not talkative. You always change to be something, to be a character, like Enrique said.
Changed a lot, no. In the 80s was more violent, more close to the people. No, when he went to the when he went to his concerts, he almost yelled to the public. He has a close relationship with his public. You remember that funny part when he was taking his he in his limousine, and there is a woman. Hey, I want to be with you. Was funny.
Yes, I want with you. With you.
I want to have
Actually,
sex with
actually, she said other say, but no. Oh, and in the 90s he became that, no, a very funny character,
Yes.
more bizarre, more extravagant.
Yes, more
But
extravagant because they have money. He have money, and
a
he
lot of
could
money.
do that. He could do that.
But in this case, for what I'm saying is he's signing contracts. He's trying to get more money. He's
Yes,
just not has money. He has trying to get more money.
more
He's trying to
money with
build an empire.
television. Television. I what I have to do to get more money to go to the television, be a character in soap opera. I go. I want money.
And
These are thinking.
and, and this is an interesting person amid this all this stuff. This thing, which is Puff Daddy, right? He's the producer. He's artist
Yeah.
and a producer. And he went to visit him because he wanted to back him up, something like that. And in this photo, he's not just Big is not just singing with this white guy, but also he has the surveillance, or he's overseeing or overviewing. I don't know what's the right word, but he's like watching what he's like super
He's a
overseeing,
manager, a CEO,
kind of,
a
kind of.
manager of his own company.
And look,
And one time the Puff Daddy was fired in one time.
yeah, but I didn't get at all that situation because he got fired, but all then he returned, right?
Yes, because they resolve focus in your career and the puff that it was fired, I think, because the company is not own company. They didn't manage the company. So when they decide to get your career and growth with her, they take puff in your tire again.
This is an interesting idea. For instance, I don't know if you remember that some weeks ago I I told you, hey, I want to pick this documentary of Sepultura, this Brazilian metal band from Minas Gerais. Well, one of the interesting things about this documentary, one of the interesting things, because the whole product was forgettable, uh, was how they were discussing about, hey, you should do that. We should focus on our project as a group. We should focus more on our group, and throughout the whole process, some members of the band were what's the name? We're getting into. I don't know if it's getting into, but this is an interesting concept, right? To focus on your career. Yeah, this discussion reminds me of this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, why I put this idea? What's the deal with most of Netflix documentaries? Um, after watching this documentary, I don't know. I would like to know your opinion about what did you think. What did you think about this documentary? It was cool. The information was cool.
I think was um how can I say, it's not so profound that I thought. I think
Hmm.
the documentary will show me more, and they didn't show me what I was expecting for me, you know?
Hmm. What you were
Yeah,
expecting to see? And
yeah. What
I
do you
don't know,
expect?
more things that happen, more music of the notorious, singing better your voice, see what they really do for turn more big, and what they, because in the documentary show us this, but I think it's not so deeper than I thought that I can they couldn't do that, you know.
I think that the problem with Netflix documentaries is that uh, you have to know, especially those kind of documentaries like this one, you have to know about Notorious Big Life before,
Before you watching the
because
documentary.
yeah, that's the problem with Netflix. Now there are in those 10 there are no more. Uh, it's not easy it's not easy
to get it.
to attract to persuade a lot of public. I mean, it's like for a specific public. For example, this is, for example, someone who works in the world music and hip hop music would like this documentary. Someone who works in pop music would be difficult to those to understand very well this documentary. That's a
I
problem with
mean, what you
Netflix.
are trying to say is that you didn't get at all this documentary because you are not you ain't familiarized with this documentary. You're trying to say that?
Yes, in some way, yes, because because they interview a lot of people, so
Yeah.
that left a lot of questions. Who are those
Yes,
guys? So
you
that
have a lot of question in the air.
Yeah, but I
some
think it's not a
someone
matter.
someone
Sorry.
who in advantage, who has know those names, who appears, will will see this documentary with other eyes, with better eyes, or maybe make a podcast, maybe a reply, or write a critic on a
Right,
magazine.
right.
Yeah.
His his German roots are coming out, but
Mm.
I don't
Do you
know. I
know?
mean,
Do you know the existence of OD before this documentary?
of course no. But what's the point? I mean, they are telling us the story
Because
of the biggest
it's an
background.
important.
Why would I be? Why would I care of the existence of
Most
OD? I mean,
in other
Who?
documentaries they try to
OD,
explain.
his girlfriend.
Who?
I mean, that's right. I mean, this is. I think you are wrong in your diagnosis. He's saying I didn't understand that because I think this documentary is set up to people who already have a background of hip hop music. What I say is that his approach towards the documentary was so superficial.
Yes, this is the word, superficial.
Yeah, but this is a difference, right? This is a
That because
if
you
you look at things, if you look at things from a point of view of oh I want like cherry picking is a word that you only pick the things that you like to and not present the whole picture. You are cherry picking things, and I think in this case they are cherry picking. They don't have a strong structure and strong script, and that's why you sometimes some parts you say, oh, but what happened with the biggest children? What happened with behind the violence of behind rap
I
bands?
I think
This
that
is different to say that they.
I think that the Netflix documentaries doesn't have a voice. No, there is no narration. Everything is about interviews. The narration is almost doesn't exist. So it's like a mark, like a of Netflix that makes
Yes.
Netflix
They
unique.
try to make links with
Yeah.
one interview of another interview. It's a is a
Yeah,
is
this
a is
different.
a
No, for example,
it,
History Channel, Discovery Channel is not like that. You can see Big Papa on YouTube now, and you can see a documentary about Big Papa. It's a narration when
But
he
it would be
was
a problem. You need a voice to guide you throughout the story.
independent of the public. I think
I think
for
it would be okay if you edit the interviews in order to create an story, right? You don't need a voice to let you to guide you throughout the story. I mean,
no,
I don't
I
have.
know we didn't need that, but when the story is not so strong enough, you need
Or
some
structure.
links better.
Yeah, I know, but I think it's a problem of the structure instead of having or not
Yes,
having a
structure.
voice. That's
Yeah.
what Enrique is saying. Oh, I think no. I think it's a problem of the structure, and I think they rely so much on the pictures, some
hello.
technical movements such as I don't know. I hate when they spotlighted his mother when she was making a joke. I already hate it. I hate it when they spot his his uncle singing. It wasn't totally unnecessary, but they did it
Yes.
in order to have an effectiveness of oh his uncle was a gangster, almost a gangster rap. It wasn't necessary. And also when Enrique showed us his documentary about this hotel, I mean there were a lot of fantastic scenes, fantastic landscapes, but it was no. It's, of course, it's not a critic against Enrique, right? It's a critic against the Netflix documentary. It's like an amazing box without any interesting thing inside the box.
Contain.
Yeah, contain. That's my critic against some most of the documentaries we have picked. Unfortunately.
Yes, unfortunately. So I think we have a good discussion, and our time is almost over.
You're
And
cutting us.
I think we can, yeah, I think we can continue this discussion.
I
What
don't
big,
know.
but
We can saw there
with
another
other, with
documentary.
other, with other documentary.
Yeah, we have there another
Of
documentary
course.
about Tupac, and we can see this documentary in the YouTube too. You can send us the link, Henrique.
But what documentary? I think Enrique was creating an example. I think there is no the
No, they
History
told
Channel
us.
documentary about Biggie.
No, they told us there are a documentary about Big Papa in the YouTube.
There
It's
is?
okay. It's right, Henrique.
I think he
Henrique.
was creating an example. I think there is no documentary about him in the History Channel.
No, in the history show in the
No.
YouTube.
Oh well, I'm not sure. Totally no.
You know,
Definitely there is a documentary about Big Papa in History Channel because he's a very famous guy. And it's impossible no
but
one has make a documentary about
but,
his biography at least. But
but
well,
why
was
not?
interesting.
Why we don't give a shot to Netflix one more time and see this documentary? I don't know. I mean, it's up to you or it's up to Enrique
There
because
is a documentary. There is a series about
it's your
Tupac.
turn.
I have watched the documentary about Tupac.
Yeah, we have
And
another
they,
documentary.
It's Tupac Unsolved. It's very funny.
yeah, but that's the Netflix documentary, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Netflix.
So why we don't see that again? Is that bad?
Okay, for the next
No,
Sunday.
about Tupac.
Yeah, why
Okay,
not?
we can discuss this in our closing room. Okay,
Hey,
I
hey,
think
wait a minute. This thing of unsolved Tupac and Biggie is not about Tupac. It's about Tupac and Biggie.
yeah, it's
Oh yeah,
about Tupac and Biggie.
But
I told you
Enrique
that.
was saying that it was about Tupac.
I
No,
watched two
it's
a
the
lot of time.
both.
No, they were friends, right? You see, they were friends. They were.
Yeah.
You said they we didn't. They were close friends, and they after that they broke. But it was funny.
And they were like you and me, right? We were friends, but now we no longer are friends.
Okay, we can discuss this in our closing room.
Yeah, okay, it's so cool.
Uh,
I
Thank you
think.
guys for appreciate us in this podcast today. And until another time.
See you in Uncle.
Until next week. Bye,
Until
guys.
the next week. Bye guys. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Henrique, bye bye.
Bye, 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 bye.
Bye bye.